punishment. It's important to note that punishment in ABA is not to be confused with everyday vernacular of punishment. Everyday vernacular of punishment is an infliction of some type of penalty for retribution for some type of offense. Punishment in ABA looks to have a goal of teaching the client about the consequences of their actions in hopes that they develop new behaviors. So it is not looking for the client to make an atonement of some sort based on their actions. It's looking to help develop new behaviors that they can use in their everyday lives. Applied Behavior Analysis 3rd edition cites punishment as a response that is immediately followed by a stimulus change that decreases the likelihood of that behavior occurring in the future. It defines positive punishment as the presentation of a stimulus immediately following a behavior resulting in a decrease in the frequency of that behavior occurring. Negative punishment is the removal of an already present stimulus in the hopes of decreasing the likelihood of that behavior occurring in the future. 2 examples of positive punishment. If a student is given homework and fails to complete the homework and receives a 0 for the homework, then receiving a 0 for not doing the homework would be considered a positive punishment because the student is receiving a punishment in hopes that the occurrence of not doing the homework is reduced. Second example, if a child is outside playing and the parents tell the child not to ride the bike in the street, the child begins to ride the bike in the street and the parent shouts, "Stop, don't do that." The verbal stimulus, "Stop, don't do that," is considered a positive reinforcement because it is added to the already present stimulus of the child entering the street on the bike. 2 examples of negative punishment. If a client is working on emotional regulation to prevent violent outbursts in a class setting, let's say it's art. If a student has the outburst, the client is then removed for a 10-minute timeout. Well, the timeout is considered a negative punishment because the student is being removed from a desired situation, a desired environment, which is the art class. Another example would be a response cost, which is a type of negative punishment. A student who is trying to improve in their verbal outbursts in the classroom setting has been getting dojo points, rewards, and tokens that they can turn in at a later date for a reward. They have been getting the points when they have been restricting their outbursts to 1 outburst every hour. When the student increases the number of outbursts within the hour, they get 5 dojo points or 5 tokens removed from them. The removal of the points or the removal of the tokens is considered negative punishment. Behavior analysts might use punishment in their everyday job activities when creating treatment plans that may benefit students when they are adding or removing stimuli that decrease the chances of a behavior from occurring in the future. I can specifically think about a behavior analyst creating treatment plans for someone who is experiencing SIB, self-injuring behavior, creating treatment plans that decrease the likelihood of the client injuring themselves in the future.